welcome back to the channel, The Student's Diary. So today we have another new topic to discuss, and today's topic is the correct use of some adjectives. So we will study today some adjectives and their correct use in the sentences. Come on, let us start. First one is superior and inferior. What is that? Superior and inferior. So these two adjectives are used in the sentences. You know how? I will tell you. So first of all, they are followed by two: superior, inferior, senior and junior. So these four adjectives, they take always two in their use. When they are used, they used with two. We cannot use them avoiding these two. Therefore, when we use them, we have to remember that we have to add two to that. It should be followed by two. For example, what is superior? Superior means that is greater than the something, greater than one thing. We say that. So we say that this marker is inferior to this watch. That means it has low quality than this. It has low quality than this. So it is a lower quality than this. So how do we state it? We stated that something is less quality in comparing to the other things. So thus we can say that this marker is inferior to this watch. That means we are stating the importance of these two things. We are stating one to be high and one to be higher and the other to be lower. So in that comparison we use superior and inferior. Next comes further and further. So what is the difference between these two? Here further means it denotes to distance. It is denotes to some greater distance, and further means it is a purpose. For it means for
means that is coming just next.
So we say that please give us some further information so that we can follow accordingly.
We say give us the next information or further information to do. That is the use of further.
But further means it's a great distance that we are speaking about. So remember, further is the comparative of far. That means that's why it is related to distance. When we say that Calcutta is farther from Mumbai than Pune, which that means Calcutta has greater distance from Mumbai than Pune. So from Mumbai, Calcutta is greater distance, whereas from Pune it is shorter distance. So there, in that sense, when we want to state some greater distance from some places in the comparative degree, that time we use further. So I hope you are clear about this further. And for further, so further means it is for.
So further means just coming next. Then what is coming just near to? That time we use further. We say that can you please give us what is the next plan or what is the further information so that we may act accordingly. So that is called.
Then now let us come to each other and one another. Sorry. So before that, let us come to either and neither. Either has two meanings. Either has two meanings. This comparatives either has, this adjectives either has two meanings. What is that? Either means of two and either means each of two. So it has two meanings. So either is used with positive and neither is the negative of either. So when we either is used between two persons. Normally it is used between two persons when we say that either of you. Two persons or more than two persons. For example, when we say that either of you two have to get the school fee. That means one among you have to get the school fee. So thus we say either means of two. Then comes another one is each of two. So it has two meanings. Each of two means two have to get, and of two means one of two. Either of you two. When we say either of you two, that means we are stating one of you two. दो से कोई एक को लाना है. That is called either. Either you or your brother. We say that either you or your brother have to get the school fee this coming Monday. So thus we can say either you bring or your brother, or instead of telling, or we just say either you bring the fee. That means any one of you can bring the fee. That means it's giving an option to the others, Then now let us turn to each other and one another. Remember, each other is used with two things. When we are speaking about two things, when we are speaking about two people, two animals, that time we say each other. We say that two brothers are fighting with each other for a chocolate. Whereas one another is used with more than two persons. When we are speaking about more than two persons in a class, we say that students are fighting with one another for their pencils. The students are fighting with one another for their pen, or students are fighting with one another for some purpose. So that is called one another. So one another is used when we are speaking about more than two persons, and each other is used when we are speaking about only two things, or two persons, or two things. Now let's come to preferable. So preferable, actually it is a option, or that you value something more than the other thing. That time we say that prefer. We say that I prefer tea to coffee. That means I like tea more than coffee. So here preferable means, see here, it is followed by two. It always takes two. Preferable to. So health is preferable to rich. We say that. So thus we say preferable means it is we are giving importance to one thing than the other. That's why there only comes preference. It should also happen between two things. We can use this preferable between two things. When we want to state two things, we can say preferable. So this preferable to riches. That means we prefer health to rich, because unless and until we have good health, how can we enjoy our riches? Therefore, health is more precious and more valued than riches. So that's all. I hope you understood it. And if you haven't, please comment us and I will clarify to you. So after that, keep smiling. Thank you.